We're here in our little kitchen. Merry Christmas, everybody. Got some really cute little Christmas stuff out. And I'm here because I'm going to do something I've never done today. Making homemade Play-Doh for the grandkids. I've got this recipe that I will share with you. There's a lot of squishing and squashing, it says on the back. And I'm going to tell you the ingredients. We've got them out. I've got some flour, measuring cups, which if you know me personally, you know that's quite unusual for me to use, but I'm going to do it today. I've got my food coloring, cream of tartar, which I read online you must have, or the Play-Doh won't be good Play-Doh-y, and salt. Now, I'm not sure how many recipes, any particular portions I'll be able to make today with just this much of salt, because it calls for like a full cup of salt. So I'm kind of nervous that I might run out of some salt, but we can pick it up. Luckily, salt is still fairly cheap compared to other things. And we are going to make homemade Play-Doh. And I'm going to do this for all of the grandkids. I've got these nice containers ready to put in so they can each have one for their family. Going to do a little color mixing and stuff, so I'm going to set up the camera and dig in, and maybe this will be fun. Hope it will be. Got our pan and the directions. Got a little coffee cocoa. It is Christmas weekend, so yep, this is part of my children's Christmas present this year. Didn't make anything else, but I'm going to make Play-Doh. Just checking the camera angle. It looks good. All right, and a cup of flour. This is just the cheapo Piggly Wiggly flour. Nothing fancy. Let me dust out my measuring cup because, like I said, I don't use them very much. I usually just eyeball stuff, but I thought I'd better use an actual measuring scoop for this. I want it to be correct. And indeed, that is 1 cup of flour. Oh, it's 1/3 of a cup of salt. Okay, cool. I thought it had said a whole cup, but I should have enough for several recipes then. This is going to be nice. Okay, back on track. A quick coffee. 1/3 of a cup. Aha, hey, these things come in pretty handy. Who knew? Do you eyeball or do you use measuring cups? Leave a comment. Let me know. And if you've ever made this before, leave me a comment about that too. I'm kind of super curious about that. All right, let me get a little bowl. Yep, everything just came diving out of there. I had a spoon I was going to use with a rubber end. And let me show you what's going on so far. We just have the flour and the salt. Now we're going to get some wet ingredients going. And this is something that I read you really should do. It is a cup of water. There's your cup of water. And I was reading on the internet that a lot of people said to put your food coloring into the water at this point because it will mix in better. And that seems to make sense to me. Should have opened up this box, I guess, before. I'm going to mix a little blue with a little red and see if we can make some purple. And this is also the point. Put that on the heat for a minute. We don't get burned flour. I can smell it. Good thing we don't have smell-o-vision, because this is a little burny burn. A tablespoon of oil. You mix that in with the water and the food coloring. Okay, well now it looks like mud. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's a little purple. It's a little purpley, pretty purpley. And in it goes. Ooh, this is going to be a dark purple. That's all right. See what it looks like as I'm mixing. All right, let me go back to my recipe for a minute and see what it says here, because it says it's going to be lumpy. Well, that's not the greatest color purple, but it is purple. Let me show you. Maybe a little bit better. Till it looks solid. Stir and cook. It's only supposed to take a few seconds for this part. And it said it would be lumpy. I'm just going to try to get all the flour mixed in. Oh, once the flour gets mixed in, it's a little bit better color purple now. We'll just go for a straight color like a yellow next time. And it says to let it cool before you start to knead it. So let me put something out to cool it on. I'm just going to use a plate. And I'm going to give it one more stir, because I want to make more than one color and let you see how that's going to go. Well, this is going to be super fun. Homemade Play-Doh. Let's look at a little more purple. And I'm going to get an oven mitt. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna put the Play-Doh out here. Oh, that's kind of a nice color purple after all. Not bad for a first try at something. If I can get it out of the pan, right? First try at purple Play-Doh. Look at that. Now, as I'm stirring, the consistency is getting more to be like actual Play-Doh that you would buy. And I think I didn't do a specific breakdown of the cost. I know Play-Doh's pretty cheap. Used to get it in all the kids' stockings. But look at that. That ended up a kind of a pretty color, and I'll mix in all these little when I go to the kneading part. But oh yeah, that's really cool stuff. All right, let's try a different color. I'll be right back. All right, so I washed the purple out of the pan. We didn't want to mix up our colors. And I'm noticing the purple I just did, touching it with my fingers, it's still a little tacky, and my directions said that if it felt a little tacky, I didn't cook it long enough. So I'm going to let this batch cook a little bit longer, and I mean, this is a test run, so let's see how that goes. Okay, again, we're going to do, and really you could do this with the kids. I may end up making a batch with the kids, because it seems like this would be a fun thing. Easy for the kids to do. Turn the burner on. 1/3 of a cup of salt. So I probably am going to get several batches with this one container of salt after all. You know what? Told you had to use the cream of tartar, and I forgot the cream of tartar in the purple batch. Y'all did not remind me. So I'm going to go back. After I do this next batch, I'll put the purple one, trial and error, I'll put the purple one back in here and add the cream of tartar. Now, you don't have to use the cream of tartar, I have read, but it is certainly better with the cream of tartar. And hang on, somebody's calling. Hey, Will. Hey, baby, I'm making a YouTube video and you're on it right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm making a homemade something for the kids. Hang on, guys. Let me put you on pause while I talk to William. All right, I'm going to try one more batch, guys, for you. We're going to do red, or, oh, hey, let's do blue. And we got our 1 cup of flour. I'm going to get it right. Everything's going in this time. A 1/3 of salt. My teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. We learned at the beginning not to skip this one. And then in my bowl, I'm going to do the 1 cup water. The top back on the green. You know what, it's Christmas. I guess I will do a red. We'll do a red. And then I should have enough for 1 more batch, and maybe we'll try the blue. And then we have our oil. 2 tablespoons of oil. And let me get we'll try this spoon. Maybe this spoon will do that better. And I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. I'm going to go for red. A little more flour in, so just like anything else you do, that sort of consistency, you can just add a little more flour now. This I can see, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. It just feels now. The next one I might add forgot I was going to add a little bit of cinnamon for a smell. We used to make cinnamon Play-Doh. Shout out to Miss Donna and Miss Cindy. If you're watching this video, you're probably laughing at all the days we used to make homemade stuff. And this one, to the touch, is way better than the purple one. So don't forget your cream of tartar is the lesson learned there. Because look at the consistency of this Play-Doh. Isn't that amazing? And I'm going to mix up 1 more batch, and then we'll talk about what I've learned about how to store it. And I will tell you that, of course, obviously, the kids, if they put it in their mouths, it's not going to hurt them because it's all, you know, food products. But they won't taste it more than once, probably, because of the high salt content. Now, let me wash this pan out, and we'll try 1 more color together. All right, I switched pans out. Put my lens there. I switched pans and went to this, it's a Tefal brand, because it's very non-stick. So I don't know if this might do a little bit better for me. Now let's see if I can actually get every ingredient in correctly this time without the phone ringing or some other distraction. And also a reminder, make sure you wash your spoon in between as well, because I didn't get all the purple off of this spoon when I was scooping out the yellow. So there you go. We're learning together, but I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited for the kids to play. Here we go. The first thing is, of course, a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, yeah, I'm going to be out of this probably maybe this batch and 1 other. So if you want to get the bigger, if you wanted to make this for a larger, I mean, I'm even thinking about making it, you could probably sell this at festivals and stuff. It's a pretty kind of cool idea. I would get a larger container from maybe like a Sam's Club situation or something like that of the cream of tartar. And then don't forget the salt. That is 1/3 cup of salt. And I'm not turning the burner on this time until I've got everything ready to mix, because last time I did get a little bit of burn on the bottom. Let me wash this yellow out. And it is 1 cup of water. I'm going to type up for you guys this quick recipe so you'll be able to see that right on there. 2 tablespoons. And not that I'm getting into a cooking show, but I just thought this would be kind of fun, kind of a how-to. Now, 2024 is going to be here before we know it. And just a heads up, I think I'm going to do Christmas. Let's do Christmas green for this one. Green's a good color. And in the first of the year, we're going to be doing something different. Going to be doing a few how-tos, because everywhere I go with the books and so forth, people ask me, you know, hey, how did you publish this book? So a couple of them have been self-published, so I think we're going to do a video. Ooh, that's a pretty green. On self-publishing a book, so be watching for that. All right, I'm cooking this now. This is a real pretty green. We remembered every ingredient this time, I think. Did I not put in the salt again? I'm going to go back and watch this video because I think I forgot the salt yet again. The simplest of videos, and I can't pull it off. Because the consistency is not there. If I put salt in already, more salt won't hurt. Boy, I tell you, it's a good thing I'm not cooking a beef Wellington or something. My track record here is not the best. And I don't like the consistency of this one very much. I did all the right ingredients. I'm going to put in a little bit more flour. I think I might have been a little light on the flour. From the consistency, it's looking like it's a little light on flour. So let's try this. See if we can get a little closer to a Play-Doh situation. So cool. So later on today, I'm going to be around a bunch of my grandkids. Because the fellas, Big Mark's going to go out to a disc golf tournament for Christmas. All right, now this is looking a little more Play-Doh-y. I don't like the color, so I'm going to turn off the heat. And I'm going to add a little more green, and I'll mix that in. I'm going to have all kinds of mess on my fingers today, but that's okay. And let's see about getting this onto a plate to cool. These others came out. The yellow is the one I'm the most happy with. The purple one, I think I'm going to fix the purple one. But the yellow is perfect. Now let's see about the green. Ooh, it's still a little warm to the touch. Back in the days when I was cooking all the time at a fish camp in Florida, shout out to Norfolk Southern Fish Camp, my hands could really take the heat. And when you cook consistently like that, your hands get a little tougher. But not this time. All right. Oh yeah, this was a good one. So the green is coming out a good consistency as well. Oh yeah. And there you have it. My GoPro is being... Right. All right, I'm gonna try one more batch, guys, for you. We're gonna do red, or, oh, hey, let's do blue. And we got our 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna get it right. Everything's going in this time. A 1/3 of salt. My teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. We learned at the beginning not to skip this one. And then in my bowl, I'm going to do the 1 cup water. The top back on the green. You know what, it's Christmas. I guess I will do a red. We'll do a red. And then I should have enough for 1 more batch, and maybe we'll try the blue. And then we have our oil. 2 tablespoons of oil. And let me get my, we'll try this spoon. Maybe this spoon will do get better. And I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. I'm going to go for red. We're going to cook that up. See if we can get a good last batch. Alrighty, buddy, here is the finished product. I am pretty pleased with this Play-Doh. I got a blue, red, yellow, purple, which the purple's growing on me, and the green. Now I'm going to break these up and store them in Ziploc bags, little balls, and then I'm also going to put them in some airtight containers. And then they're going to get some labels, and these are going out tomorrow for family Christmas presents. And I would do this project with kids. I'd probably do that in the future, but I like trying it on my own first to see the difficulty. All the ingredients we needed were flour, and I'm going to put the recipe online. Flour, vegetable oil, food coloring, salt. Now you can see this container of salt, I made 5 big balls of it. And don't forget the ever important cream of tartar. So some simple ingredients that you may already have in your kitchen, and so you get all this Play-Doh. So if you're a young family and trying to do something on the cheap, this could be fun not only to do, but they say that these balls of Play-Doh, I got to get them in some baggies, they're going to start getting dried up, 4 months, and then they might start to get moldy. So I'll let you know how long these do last. In the meantime, from our family to yours, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you before the New Year. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to our supporters: Jim and Marilyn Greer, Beaconberry Farms, Lula Mercantile and Vintage Shop, the Ritz Theater in Thomaston, Georgia, the President Theater in Manchester, Georgia, TourSt.Augustine.com, First Thursday of the Month Call-In with Ryan at WQEE 99.1 FM, Gabby's Cabins, shout out to Riley, our newest supporters, the Costello family, who will be exploring new Walking Dead locations with us next week, Disc Golf Scout on YouTube, and Stirring Spirits on Facebook. It's been a great year. Looking forward to 2024 and Season 3 of Histories and Mysteries.